It's you. You are the eldest young lady. How is she not dead yet?
Mama Wang. Long time no see.
Long time no see.
Father, mother. Soldiers of the Phoenix Armor Army, I have returned.
3 years ago.
Zhaoju? Hold on. Revenge? We will take it together. Lu Zhenji doted on his concubines and harmed his wife, causing my mother to die unjustly. And then exiled me here to fend for myself. And that vicious concubine, who framed my mother for adultery, and then bribed servants to ruin my purity. Now, I'm at the end of my rope. Not being able to personally take revenge is my biggest regret.
Don't worry, cousin. Your debts, my parents' debts, and the debts of the 300,000 soldiers of the Phoenix Armor Army, I will settle them one by one. With them.
Zhaoju. From now on, I'm you. You're me.
This prosperous era was bought with the lives of my 300,000 Phoenix Armor Army soldiers. It was exchanged for.
Look, look, look. Whose wife is that? She's truly beautiful.
The film was translated and narrated by M Media.
Xiaoju's hairpin. Chenping. Who is she?
She is the eldest young lady of the general's mansion, Lu Xingyao.
Lu Xingyao. Investigate for me. The general's mansion.
For that little slut. Is it necessary to make such a fuss?
Great virtue bears great responsibility.
If you're putting on a show, do it completely, so people have nothing to criticize.
Su Wanrong, the favored concubine of Lu Zhenji.
She's just a dead person. Why are you being so serious with her?
Lu Wanming, the third young lady of the Lu family.
Madam. That little slut, she's not dead. What? How could this happen?
Years unseen. Xinjiao. Greets mother.
Xiaolan, maidservant of Lu family.
She couldn't die even after being poisoned with such a potent toxin. What kind of luck did she have? Silence. Look at yourself now. You don't look like a noble daughter of the imperial clan at all. How will you be a motherly example to the world in the future? Madam, the young lady is just anxious. The struggle for the Phoenix girl has not been decided yet. Keeping her is always a hidden danger. Exactly. Look at her foxy appearance. She's a born low-life slut who seduces men. As long as she's not removed, I can't rest easy. She's just a promiscuous slut who lost her chastity. If I could kill her once, I can kill her a second time.
Father, mother. Now that I have returned as your cousin, your blood debts, I will surely demand them back. one by one, from them.
Master, Lord Huo has spread all the news according to your command. What should we do next?
The film was translated
Everything is ready.
and narrated by M Media.
We just need the fish to take the bait.
Eldest young lady. Master and Madam request your presence. Lu Xingyao, you haven't even paid respects upon seeing your father?
Xinjiao was too excited to see father. Father, please don't blame me.
It's good that you're back. Presumably, you have heard about the Phoenix Girl prophecy. 3 days later, the Emperor has ordered the Grand Astrologer to hold a ceremony in the General's mansion. At that time, the Phoenix Girl will be chosen from among you two sisters. No matter which of you two sisters is chosen, you must remember to prosper together and suffer together.
Yes.
Xinghua cannot participate.
You have an opinion.
This concubine dares not. It's not that I have any prejudice against Xingyao, but because she stayed in that filthy, dirty place for 10 years. She's already an unclean body. The heavenly destined Phoenix Girl must be the purest and truest, kindest and most beautiful girl in the world. If this unclean person profanes the ritual, our general's mansion could face extermination of 9 generations.
Is what your mother said true?
Mother splashed a basin of dirty water over me. If I say it's not, does father believe it?
Clever words and fawning expression. Whether it's true or false will be known with one test. Xiaolin, drip it onto the arm. If she is a virgin, it will coagulate and not fall. If she is not a virgin, it will slide down the arm. Whether it is or not, one test will reveal the truth.
Mother was already prepared. It seems I have no choice but to be tested.
For the honor and disgrace of the Liu family, you must bear with it for now. As long as you can prove your innocence, I will compensate you myself.
Any
The film
request
was
is fine.
translated and narrated
Any is
by
fine.
M Media.
Good. I'll be tested. Wait. Since we are testing, let's both do it.
Let go of me. I, Lu Anning, am the foremost noble lady of Shengjing. You, a village girl from the countryside, dare to insult me like this? Watch me not tear your mouth apart.
Arrogant and overbearing, spoiled and proud. What a foremost noble lady of Shengjing.
Let go of me. Jinx, don't touch me with your dirty hands.
In terms of legitimate concubine born and age, you should call me legitimate eldest sister. Yet now you keep calling me Jinx. Is this the upbringing of your foremost noble lady?
What kind of legitimate eldest sister are you? You're just a lowly wretch. If it weren't for the prediction from the Tianjian, you would have died outside long ago.
Enough. Look at how you are behaving now. You don't look like daughters of a prestigious family at all.
Idiot. Master, please calm your anger. Anning was raised in the inner chambers. Her personality is simple and straightforward. How could she bear such an insult?
Mother also knows that a woman being tested in public is a great humiliation.
You.
Father, we are both your daughters, both candidates for the Phoenix Girl. Can't you treat us equally?
Father.
Then let's both be tested.
Mother.
Mama Wang.
There is an order of seniority. I'll go first. Mama Wang, make sure your hand is steady.
Eldest miss, don't worry. This old servant's hand is steady.
was translated.
How did it not slide down?
and narrated
Impossible.
by M Media.
You are not Lu Xingyao. Master, she is not Lu Xingyao.
Mother, you really know how to joke. Did I not lose my virginity? Then I'm not your daughter.
What exactly is going on? Could it be that wretched slave didn't succeed?
Older sister has already checked. Now it's younger sister's turn.
Mother? Father?
Mama Wang.
Don't. Young miss. This old servant. My hand is very steady. Mother. Miss. Don't. No. Don't. Miss. Don't. I don't want to. Bitch. Unning. Unning. Master, Ninger has been spoiled by me since she was young. This concubine will certainly discipline her strictly from now on.
Ignorant fool of a woman. It was father's oversight. You've been wronged. Just name whatever compensation you want.
I want. You will pay for this with blood. Your daughter hasn't returned for many years. I only ask that mother be sincere towards me. I hope my Lu family household is harmonious.
I promise you.
Thank you, Father. This is just the beginning. Sooner or later, I will make these two words, loyalty and righteousness, become a knife to cut off your heads.
Is there still a smell? No, there isn't. Bitch, I'm going to kill her. Mother. How could I have given birth to such a fool like you? You hit me? I wish I could beat you to death. The good life you had within reach. You almost ruined. You have the guts to have an affair, but no ability to clean up your mess. What are you talking about? Don't use your balm anymore. Apply this for me every day. What is this smell? I don't want it. You have to, even if you don't want to. 100 birds paying homage to the phoenix. All birds regard the phoenix as supreme. On the day of the ceremony, the Grand Astrologer will release the divine falcon. Whichever divine bird lands on, that person will be the heaven-ordained phoenix girl. And this jar of balm has special fragrance added. Applying it can help you attract the divine falcon. Really? How could it be false? As long as you don't mess up, Lu Xingyao will be doomed forever. Eldest young miss, according to your instructions. I swapped the balm. Third young miss has already started using it.
Thank you for your trouble. Xiaolin.
The film was translated
You were too kind.
and narrated
If
by
it hadn't been
M
for back then,
Media.
the kindness of Emile from the late madam, Xiaolin wouldn't be alive today either. As long as I can avenge the late madam, I'm willing to do anything.
You've already done enough. If it weren't for you, I couldn't possibly grasp the movements within the manor. Leave the rest to me.
But the person behind third young miss is too powerful. How can you do it alone?
Don't worry. With this, even if it's not enough to shake his position, it can still cause him significant harm. Severely weakened.
Master? Someone secretly snuck into Lu Anning's room and didn't leave until Yinhour.
The timing, location, and people are all right. We only lack the east wind.
Master, your subordinate doesn't quite understand. What use can a bottle of balm be?
The seeds of baling grass are indeed extremely tempting to birds. However, if Gemman orchid is added, the effect will be different. The show is about to begin.
We humbly pray for the divine spirits of heaven and earth to manifest, to reveal the true identity of the Phoenix Girl to us, and bless our Daxia with prosperity and flourishing. May the kingdom be forever stable. The ritual begins. The two young ladies,
Luo Zhengya, the third prince of Daxia.
please step forward.
Luo Zhans, the second prince of Daxia.
Junlin brother.
Lu Juicy, a youth.
Lu Juicy. Is that you?
What a stunningly beautiful eldest Miss Lu. Compared to the second Miss Lu who was famous throughout Shengjing back then, she is even more breathtakingly beautiful.
Bitch. Laugh to your heart's content. Today is your day of death.
Third brother. It's better to speak less of the name of such a traitor. Be careful of your head.
Second brother, don't worry. I value my life more than anyone. Please. The Divine Falcon. Look, look.
Look, it's the Divine Falcon. Who will the Divine Gathering choose?
It's flying so high. Look. The Divine Falcon has made its choice. It's the third miss. I knew it. The third miss is the foremost noble lady in Shengjing, not someone those rustic village women can compare to.
This scent tube really worked. I'm the true destined Phoenix Girl. Lu Xingyao, you're dead. Quick,
The film
save the
was
third miss.
translated and narrated by M Media.
Quick, save her.
Your Highness, save me.
Do not harm the Divine Falcon. Why is it flying back again? Your Highness, be careful. What's going on? Why did the Divine Falcon fly back again? The Divine Falcon seems to be targeting the second prince. Second prince, be careful.
What a truly exquisite and wonderful show.
Why are you just standing there? Quickly summon this beast back. The Phoenix has manifested. The Phoenix has manifested. We respectfully welcome the manifestation of the Phoenix Girl.
This beast? I'll kill you.
Your Highness is wise and mighty. Why take issue with a mere bird?
How could it be you?
Maybe it's me. Who is more pleasing to the eye?
It's you! It's all your fault, you wretch. You tampered with things to harm me.
Under everyone's watchful eyes, every move you and I made was witnessed by all. How could I possibly harm you? On the contrary, it was your sister who did something to anger the divine spirits.
And
The
narrated
divine
by
falcon desperately
Media.
wanted to kill you.
It must be because of this. This porcelain bottle fell from the third Mrs. Person. Is likely what caused the divine falcon to go mad.
This is 100 Spirits Grass. What is 100 Spirits Grass? 100 Spirits Grass is a type of fragrance only the Northern Frontier royal family possesses. No wonder the divine falcon went mad chasing the third miss.
I, Lu Aning, am the rightful favored daughter of heaven.
Silence. Shut up. Guards. Drag her away and lock her in the woodshed.
Father, you can't lock me up. Ninger is injured.
Take her away.
Has everyone overlooked the most important matter? Just now, the Grand Astrologer said that this 100 Spirits Grass is a fragrance only the Northern Frontier royal family possesses. Third sister is a sheltered young lady. How did she obtain it?
Speaking of which, there's something I don't understand either. Why is it that on second brother's person, there is also the scent of this fragrant paste?
You! Don't talk nonsense.
I wouldn't dare say anything else, but what fragrant paste these young ladies apply? What makeup they use? I can tell with just one sniff. Furthermore, why did the divine falcon only attack you in the third miss?
If it were the second prince, wanting to obtain the northern border royal family spices would indeed be as easy as turning one's hand.
Xing Yao, colluding with the northern border is a serious crime. You must not speak carelessly.
If it wasn't the second prince, where else could this item have come from?
The third miss and I are deeply in love.
Without a matchmaker or betrothal gifts, it is illicit cohabitation. Second brother, you're more scandalous than I'm.
You! But I truly do not know where the third Mrs. Bomb came from.
As for you,
I know I was wrong.
Father, it seems younger sister truly knows her mistake. Why not give her a minor punishment and let her off?
according to you, how should she be punished?
How about sending younger sister to the newer temple?
That is a place that devours people without spitting out the bones. Ninger's life will be ruined. You cannot listen to her.
How could that be, mother? You sent me to the newer temple for 10 years of asceticism. Look, aren't I living perfectly well now?
You,
Let it be so. Guards,
Ninger,
The
mother.
film was translated and narrated
My
by
Ninger.
M Media.
Madam.
this humble subject has handled it thus. Is eunuch satisfied? It's still the same saying. This servant is just a messenger. Lu Xingyao received the decree
The film was translated and narrated by M
by the
Media.
mandate of heaven, the emperor. Decrees. Lu Xingyao is hereby enfeoffed as the divine protector of the nation. After the crown prince ascends the throne, she shall enter the central palace. Respect this.
This subject prostrates myself and thanks for the sacred grace.
What a pity! After plotting for so long, only that good-for-nothing awning was removed. The second prince was only confined for a few days. How I hate that I cannot personally kill this traitor.
Since ancient times, emperors have been prone to suspicion. From now on, his days will not be so easy. This grand play has already begun. The next one is Lu Zhenji.
See you tomorrow night by the moat.
How have the arrangements been made? Madam, please rest assured, I have already smoothed things over everywhere. No one dares to bully Miss. Lu Xingyao, that little bitch. I really underestimated her. Should this old servant kill her? With her current status, I'm afraid it won't be easy. It doesn't matter. Just let her climb up. The higher she climbs, the better. When the time comes, I will definitely make her fall and be utterly crushed.
By the moat.
The Ghost Festival hasn't arrived yet. What are they doing?
Commemorating the departed souls. The officials in the city do not allow them to release river lanterns on the day of the Ghost Festival. Those who violated the order were all thrown into prison, having no alternative. They could only do it a few days in advance.
The film was translated
Come here
and narrated
to
by
commemorate their
media.
deceased relatives.
When did the Jingzhou add this prohibition?
3 years ago. Only then did they. Are all from the Phoenix Armor Army, the relatives of the officers and soldiers.
This person behind the scenes, is it perhaps afraid that these 300,000 departed souls will return to claim his life?
You're back. Why didn't you come find me?
Your Highness and I aren't that familiar with each other yet, right?
We were engaged since childhood. Grew up together since we were young. You tell me if we're familiar or not. Lu. Jiu. See? Xiaoju. This is the hairpin I personally made for you. Consider it our token of pledge.
It's a deal. I don't know what you're talking about. Maid gave it to me. I do not know its origin. Furthermore, second sister already 3 years ago was by the emperor. Issued an imperial decree. Executed.
3 years ago. I was one step too late. Now you don't need me anymore, right?
Lu Juzi is already dead. I'm Lu Xinjiao.
Xiaoju. I said, no matter what you do, I will always be behind you. Whether you admit it or not. For this reunion, I have prepared a grand gift for you. Chenping.
It's you.
Criminal official Wang Meng. Greetings, young general.
You are not dead.
The great general's injustice has not been cleared. This guilty subject dared not die.
What exactly happened back then?
3 years ago, on the eve of the army's departure, the second prince secretly ordered Lu Zhenji to abduct my family. He threatened me with the lives of my wife and children, forcing me to steal the great general's commander seal. Under duress, I committed this monstrous evil.
My father treated you like a brother. Yet you betrayed him. Betrayed the Phoenix Armor Army. Even if I were to slice you into 1,000 pieces, it would be hard to quell the hatred in my heart.
I have failed the great general, failed the officers and soldiers. I will now atone for my crime with death. Forge letters.
The film was
Frame the great general for
translated
colluding with the
and
enemy and
narrated
betraying the
by
country.
Media.
Causing the great general's family to die unjustly. The 300,000 Phoenix Armor Army innocently perished. Heaven's justice is clear, retribution is swift and certain. The 300,000 departed souls in your midnight dreams. Can you still sleep soundly? This case was personally investigated by the Emperor. You think you, with just a few baseless words, can twist right and wrong? Every word I say is true. If there is even half a false word, may I be struck by 5 bolts of lightning and die a terrible death. Want a murder to silence me? Dream on. As long as I have a breath left, I will expose your crimes to the public. Could everything he said be true? These rolling clouds have swallowed the sun. Perhaps this is the manifestation of the resentment of the 300,000 strong army. How dare this audacious traitor frame me? Hack him to death. Come on.
Stop. What he said is all true.
What are you doing here?
Are you afraid I came to expose your true face?
I think you're crazy. What are you still standing there for? Madam couldn't bear the blow of Mrs. Passing. Is delirious and speaking nonsense. Hurry and drag her back and lock her up.
Let's see who dares touch me. Lu Zhenji, you still have the nerve to mention Ninger? How did Ninger die? Don't you know clearly?
Ninger was bitten to death by a wild beast. The coroner has already examined it. Stop being so unreasonable.
Fine. For your dog's life. You'll stop at nothing. Bitten to death by a wild beast? Yes. It was precisely by you, this beast, that she was bitten to death.
You. Third Miss was killed by the general. If Madam says so, how can it be false? I think you are truly quite mad. My own daughter. How could I possibly kill her?
A beast like you? What else are you incapable of doing? Back then, you ordered someone to forge letters, causing your own blood brother to die tragically and unjustly. Now, to preserve your status, you harm your own daughter. Lu Zhenji, you are so ruthless and cruel. A beast with a human face should be struck by heavenly thunder.
Good, so it was you, you slut. Colluding with these rebellious officials and traitors to slander me.
If it were just empty words without proof, I wouldn't have stepped forward. Bring the person up for me.
This is your evidence. A mute.
This person is named Li Yu.
The calligraphy eccentric, Li Yue. But didn't he die long ago?
3 years ago, he suddenly died violently. Actually, no. You, Lu Zhenji, cut out his tongue and imprisoned him. Only because he possessed a skill that reached perfection. He only needed one glance to imitate anyone's handwriting. It was he who forged the letter back then. And then Wang Mang stole the general's seal and stamped it.
Nonsense. Utter nonsense. Lu Zhenting is my own brother.
The film was
How could I harm him?
translated and narrated by Media.
Even heaven can't listen anymore. Lu Zhenji. There are gods 3 feet above your head. Do you dare to swear?
Why wouldn't I dare? My father lived a life of integrity and openness. How could he do such? utterly conscienceless and filthy things? Father, just swear. I will report to heaven and restore father's innocence.
That's right, General. The eldest miss is a Phoenix Divine Maiden. She has the power to reach the heavens. She will definitely uphold justice for you. That's right. With the eldest miss's ability, she can definitely help you. Clear your name. Yes, General, swear. Swear.
Please, heaven, discern the loyal from the wicked. Descending heavenly thunder. Execute the wicked thief.
Have no shame before heaven above, and no shame before earth below. I have never committed acts of harming my kin, or framing loyal officials. It seems he's fine. Even if I were cast into the 18 layers of hell, never to be reborn, I would still dare to swear to heaven.
Translated and narrated by
Lou
M
Genting.
Media.
That traitor who colluded with the enemy in rebel deserves death. Those 300,000 Phoenix armored soldiers who committed treason deserve death.
The great general is dead. The great general was struck dead by lightning. If you betray me, heaven will destroy you. This is retribution.
It's a heavenly punishment. It's not vengeful spirits claiming lives. Run, run.
Could it be that there really is retribution?
Father, mother, soldiers. Did you see it? I have avenged you. Do you have any skilled craftsmen there? Who can take steel needles as thick as a thumb and nail them into a wooden pole without being... You're next.
They say a dog that bites doesn't bark. So, you are the dog that bites.
Then mother must be careful. Being able to bite isn't much of a skill. What I'm best at is killing with a borrowed knife.
Who exactly are you? This continuous heavy rain, who knows when it will stop? The master's body can only be temporarily placed in the young lady's morning hall. Isn't that perfect? Let him kneel before Anning's morning hall to apologize to Anning. You are the pearl of the grassland, yet you were willing to humble yourself and marry a mere douay as a concubine. If it weren't for you silently supporting him from behind, could he have become a great general? This ungrateful beast deserves to be struck by heaven's thunder. Over at the Nuwa Temple. Is there any news now? The scout reports that 3 years ago, a woodcutter once saw the eldest young lady rescue a woman from the bottom of the cliff who was wearing armor and covered in blood. What did the eldest young lady call her? Sister. So that's how it is. It's only been 10 years. Yet from a little kitten at the mercy of others, She's become a fierce, bloodthirsty tiger. It's nothing but the plum tree withering for the peach tree, the dove occupying the magpie's nest. Your meaning is, this person in the manor is not the real eldest young lady, but someone impersonating her. Whether it's real or fake, human or ghost. We'll know once we investigate. Master. Good news. A fireball suddenly fell from the sky, hitting a second prince's sleeping quarters. It's truly satisfying.
Luo Junlin acted quite fast.
The palace is in chaos now. Everyone is putting out the fire.
Were there any casualties?
When the fireball fell, the second prince and his advisors were discussing matters in the study. What a pity! That beast wasn't burned to death.
It doesn't matter, as long as the goal is achieved. Tell Hufeng to release the third prophecy.
Yes. Eldest young lady. The hot water is ready. I will attend to your bath. Who told you to come? You cannot bathe during the morning period, don't you know? Young miss, please calm your anger. Madam instructed me, fearing you would catch a cold from the rain, to come and serve you a hot bath. To dispel the chill. She would be that kind.
Kungsin. Since it is mother's kind intention, how dare I refuse? Let's go.
The film was translated and narrated by M Media.
Three years ago, a small wooden house.
To make your skin smooth as before, you must use a knife to scrape off the bumpy scars. Then apply my specially made flesh-generating
Xing Yao.
second prince.
Although nothing was found, any clues or traces. But to be able to see second brother looking like this, like a hungry wolf pouncing on food, it was worth it, worth it.
Such a great show. It's also thanks to mother calling me, otherwise, I wouldn't have known anything.
Li Xinyao helped you escape another calamity. Next time, you won't be so lucky.
Chenping. Go tie up the second prince.
Xing Yao.
Before the morning court tomorrow. Hand him over to Father Emperor for punishment.
Let me put it, let me.
You idiot. Madam, this old servant knows my crime. Madam, I told you to go drug Lu Xingyao. How did you and the second prince get caught? I remember now. Second prince. Second prince.
You.
Second prince.
The film was translated and narrated by M Media.
You're not Lu Xingyao.
Mama Wang. Enjoy it well.
Lu Xinglao was poisoned by Ni. Her meridians are already completely destroyed, unable to practice martial arts. Could it be... She is Lu Juicy. She's back for revenge. What a scheme. Making fools of all of us. The reason she is so fearless is because she is certain we have no evidence. I want to publicly tear off her mask.
The Imperial Palace of Daxia. Keonking Palace.
Reporting to Father Emperor, your son has something to report. Granted. Bring him up.
Father Emperor, your son was framed. Please, Father Emperor, investigate clearly.
You say you were framed by someone who has such great ability, again and again, to frame you. Reporting to Father Emperor. That day, second brother and an old servant at Lu Zhenji's morning hall, engaged in improper conduct, was witnessed by your son personally. Big brother also saw it. That scene was simply unbearable to behold. Your son went back and vomited all night.
I was poisoned. Can't you tell? I being a prince. What kind of woman can't I have? Would I be so desperate? And fancy an old wet nurse?
Who knows? What if you have some special fetish?
You!
Junlin. Is what third brother said true?
Reporting to Father Emperor, in your son's opinion, second brother's state that day was indeed not quite normal.
Big brother still has good judgment.
That day, in the morning hall, second brother was like he was possessed, hugging that old servant, but shouting from his mouth the name of the divine protector made, swore an oath that once he ascended the throne, he would make the divine maiden his empress.
Father, your son was poisoned, and spoke without thinking. I beg Father to forgive my offense.
Then you colluded with Lu
The film
Zhenji
was
to forge evidence of Lu
translated
Zhenjing colluding with the
and
enemy
narrated
and
by
committing
M
treason,
Media.
causing the wrongful deaths of 300,000 Phoenix armored soldiers. How do you explain this?
What evidence do you have? Just based on those two testimonies from insignificant individuals, and those three mysterious prophecies?
Testimony can be faked, but Lord Huo's prophecies have all come true one by one. What else do you have to say?
That was Hu Feng and Lu Xingyao colluding to frame me.
Lord Huo might be one thing, but Miss Lu had no past enmity with you, and no recent grievances. Why would she only harm you?
Because she
Can't speak now, can you? I think you should just admit it. Silence. Your Majesty, please forgive me. Who is beating the Dangwon Divine Maiden? Yes, yes.
She's the daughter of the criminal official Lu Zhenting. Lu Jusi?
Is this true?
If I speak even half a false word, may I be struck by lightning and die with my intestines ruptured and belly.
Good. Golden Guards, heed my command. Your Majesty, quickly bring Lu Xingyao to the hall. Yes.
This subject's daughter has arrived.
The film was translated and narrated by M Media.
Lu Xinjiao pays respects to your majesty.
You are Lu Xingyao?
Yes,
You're lying. You are not Lu Xingyao at all. You are Lu Jusi?
mother, why do you say this?
Lu Xingyao cannot do martial arts at all. But you have profound internal energy and practice martial arts frequently. Your hand bones are thicker than those of an average woman. This is the first point. Furthermore, when Lu Xingyao was at the Nua temple, she had illicit relations with a servant and lost her purity long ago. On the day the parrot's blood was tested, you were clearly a virgin. This is the second point.
Continue.
The steward of the Nua temple said, 3 years ago, Lu Xingyao rescued a female general who was severely injured from the bottom of a cliff. That person is her, Lu Jusi.
Wonderful. Truly wonderful.
Could she really be the young general? But her appearance, how is she not like that at all?
What Phoenix girl? This is clearly a demoness. All of Imperial Father's strange occurrences started from this woman entering the capital. Your son was also framed by her.
What Madame Lu said is true.
It is true.
When the false is taken for true, the true becomes false. I'm Lu Xinjiao. And also Lu Juzi.
What a Lu Juicy. Men, take her down.
I came today with no intention of leaving alive.
As expected of Lu Zhenting's daughter. bold and resourceful. A born talent for generalship. It's just a pity that she's a traitor who colluded with the enemy. Why aren't you confessing truthfully?
Your Majesty, your subject's daughter has walked through mountains of corpses and seas of blood, precisely to seek justice for those who died unjustly. At first, the first person I wanted to strike at was you. See you one wrong. You incited Lu Zhenji to murder his first wife, and secretly poisoned the young Lu Xinjiao.
You're talking nonsense. You killed Lu Xingyao.
You sent her to the newer temple, that filthy place, and even sent servants to ruin her innocence.
You killed Lu Xingyao, impersonated her identity, and infiltrated the Lu household.
Before she died from the poison, her greatest dying wish was not to have personally killed you, this viperous woman.
Everything you've done is precisely to avenge your parents.
I'm here to avenge. I want to avenge my parents. Avenge the soldiers. Avenge Lu Xinjiao.
You traitor. Daughter of a criminal official. You're simply not worthy of being the Phoenix Girl.
Originally, the day of the Phoenix Cry choosing its master was the date I arranged for your death. But do you know why I wanted to kill you, but kept you alive until now?
Why? Why?
Because I discovered the poison Lu Xinjiao was afflicted with, and the herbs in Lu Anning's sachet, and the
film
bone
was
dissolving powder
translated
that crippled the
and
third prince.
narrated by
Su Wanrong. You are so vicious. I helped you with all my heart, but you poisoned me.
Scoundrel. You actually committed such a grave mistake. You have utterly disappointed me.
You only know now? It's already too late. You have no one left to use. Just wait for my northern border army to march south and flatten Daxia.
Guards. Drag him out. Drag him out. Execute him by Linky.
Lu Juicy, even if I become a vengeful spirit, I will drag you down to hell with me.
Your son knows my mistake. Please, Imperial Father, summon famous doctors from across the land for me to treat your son's illness. Your son doesn't want to die. Imperial Father, Imperial Father.
From today onwards, Luo Jun's is demoted to commoner. In this life, he is forbidden from stepping into Shengjing again. Well-deserved punishment.
Father, mother, officers and soldiers, I have avenged you.
Lu Juicy.
Your subject is here.
Do you admit your guilt?
I'm vindicating the officers and soldiers. What crime have I committed?
You impersonated the Phoenix Maiden. Deceived me and made a fool of me. By law, you deserve death for your crime.
My parents, uncles and siblings have all already died in battle. Within the 9 familial exterminations, there are no blood relatives left. There is no one left to execute. I came here today with the determination to die.
Lu Juicy, Imperial Father has already severely punished the traitors for your parents and the officers and soldiers. You should be kowbowing and thanking for Imperial grace.
Thank you for your grace. Laughable. The real culprit is still in this great hall.
Who is the young general talking about? Don't look at me, I don't have that ability.
Your subject, Lu Juicy, wishes to accuse the current emperor.
You want to accuse me? We are the 9-5 sovereign, the ruler of the world. You want to accuse me?
Yes. The case of treason back then was full of doubts. Yet because of suspicion, you believed slanderous words.
Right. How could you be a Phoenix Maiden? You are just a scourge who brings disaster to the country and people. I will kill you. Kill you.
Imperial Father, please calm your anger.
Your Majesty, please calm your anger.
Juicy was just momentarily agitated and spoke without thinking. I hope Imperial Father will forgive her.
Yes, Imperial Father, please spare her. Your Majesty, please spare the young general. Who dares to plead for her again? I will punish them all. I will, in front of everyone in the world. Burn her to death.
The film was translated and
Tomorrow at noon.
narrated by M Media.
I will personally supervise the execution.
Imperial Father, please reconsider. The souls of the Phoenix Armor Army have not yet rested in peace. Now, The Lu family, only Juicy remains as the sole bloodline. If you rashly increase the killing, I fear the soldiers and officers across the land will lose heart.
Yes, Imperial Father, he who loses the way gets little support. This is a principle that even your son understands. Why doesn't Imperial Father understand? Rebellious son, are you saying I'm wrong? Your son dares not. Junlin. What you mean? Eldest brother, Imperial Father is currently furious. Let's think of other ways.
No. Juicy has waited long enough. The 300,000 Phoenix army have waited long enough. Your son believes Imperial Father is wrong.
Rebellious son. I have already punished second brother. Killed the treacherous official. What else do you want?
Imperial Father should release Juicy. And should also reward her for being brave in offering counsel and exposing the treacherous. At the same time, announce the truth to the world and restore the martyr's good name, because Imperial Father owes Juicy justice, owes the Lu family an apology, owes the Phoenix Armored Army a good name.
You've rebelled? Are you the Emperor? Or am I the Emperor? Don't think that because you are a prince. I wouldn't dare kill you.
Your son's humble life, if it can awaken Imperial Father, why not? But Royal Father, killing your son alone is fine. But can you silence the murmuring mouths of the crowd?
Fine, fine. Lu Juicy, I will give you a chance to choose. 1. I can pardon your crime. And let bygones be bygones. Everything can start anew. 2. I can announce your Lu family's injustice to the world and clear the Phoenix Armored Army's name from injustice. But you must die.
Your subject daughter chooses the
The
latter.
film was translated and
Please
narrated
grant
by
death to your
Media.
subject daughter. Restore my father's and the Phoenix Armored Army soldiers' good name.
Juicy.
All right. I will grant your wish. Lu Juicy, you impersonated Lu Xingyao, attempting to deceive the public with the identity of the Phoenix Maiden to satisfy your selfish desires. Guards, execute Lu Juicy on the spot. Wait. Although Lu Juicy impersonated someone, it was for understandable reasons. She was truly forced. What's more, she was the Phoenix Girl, certified by Feng Ming. This subject dares to plead. Please pardon Lu Juicy, Your Majesty. Hu Feng, are you tired of living? If the ruler wants the subject to die, the subject must die. A perfectly good loyal official. Who else wants to plead for her? Your Majesty, in the Battle of Northern Border, the young general already died once. Fortunately, heaven took pity, allowing the young general to avenge her father. Please, Your Majesty, consider her filial piety. Consider the merits of the Lu family's war horses, and pardon the young general. 30,000 heroic souls are watching. Please, Your Majesty, pardon the young general shall. Your Majesty is benevolent. Pardon the young general. All of you. All right.
Your Majesty, if you want to kill me. Don't kill the innocent indiscriminately. They are all pillars of Daxia.
I provide them with high positions and salaries. Yet they dare to treat me like this. What use are you to me? Zhao Sunming, Wu Yu. Seduced by the Demonis, I will personally eliminate the scourge for the people. Anyone else who wants to plead for her? Who else? Very good. Very good.
The film was translated and narrated by Media.
Lu Juicy, do you have any last words?
You are the esteemed emperor. holding the power of life and death. But this supreme power is not for you to slaughter the innocent.
Silence.
Open your eyes and look at these old officials. They are all powerless. White-haired old officials. What kind of monstrous crime did they commit?
Defying the sacred will. Isn't offending the dragon's might a great crime?
Is it just because they offended you that they deserve 10,000 deaths? Honest advice is harsh to the ear. If not dying from being possessed by evil spirits, you will die suddenly.
Nonsense. Don't think I'm afraid of you.
As long as you are on the throne of Daxia, for one day, Daxia will become more and more decadent, and finally be destroyed in your hands.
Guards, kill her for me. Kill her.
You will become a sinner for eternity, and be infamous for 10,000 years.
What are you still standing there for? Kill her.
With this highness here, who dares harm her?
Your Highness. Why bother?
I have already missed one chance. This time, I don't want to miss it again.
Junlin. Your leg.
My leg. Is Imperial Father very surprised?
No. Junlin, when did your leg recover?
5 years ago. Juicy found a divine doctor for me, who cured me.
Excellent, excellent. Our Luo family's empire is saved.
Didn't Imperial Father long ago give up on me, this cripple?
No. Imperial Father did not give up. You are the Imperial heart I value most. How could I give up on you?
Do you
The
remember
film
when I was just injured?
translated and narrated by
Lying in bed,
Media.
on the verge was nothing more than a useless discarded piece.
It's not like that. Junlin, don't you want this throne? Quickly kill this woman, and I will pass the throne to you. From now on, whatever noble lady you want, you can choose freely. Quickly kill her.
I finally waited for her return with great difficulty. How could I possibly harm her? Even if it is Imperial Father, don't even think about harming her in the slightest.
Rebellion, rebellion. This Demonis. What kind of bewitching potion did she give you, that you would defy me like this?
If it weren't for the sake of the relationship between us father and son, you should have abdicated 3 years ago.
Rebellious son, if I had known this earlier, I should have killed you back then.
It's too late.
Eldest brother, I don't want to be your enemy. Imperial Father, just admit your mistake. Eldest brother originally had no intention of rebellion. Why did you force him to rebel? How could I be wrong? How will you let the history books record this? How will future generations see me? You want me to bear infamy for eternity? Unable to rest in peace after death? While alive, why care about matters after death? If you did it, don't be afraid to admit it. This is what you taught me. Bastard.
Where are the historians?
Your subject is here.
You tell His Majesty. How should it be written?
Reporting to your majesty, it should be recorded truthfully. The 53rd year of the Daxia, the Emperor's suspicion. Blood stained the land. How could the ruler bear it? Wantonly killing loyal officials. Grievances are hard to suppress. The fate of the nation is uncertain. Silence, traitor. Don't think that just because you're a historian, I wouldn't dare touch you.
The film was translated
Fortunately,
and
there is the first
narrated
prince,
by
Luo
Media.
Junlin, who doesn't hesitate to bear infamy, righteously eliminating relatives, protecting the loyal and opposing the tyrannical king. I will kill you.
Kill the historian, and you will truly become the first emperor in history.
Good, good. They are all rebellious officials and traitors. Third brother, kill them all. This
Your Majesty. The historian records truthfully. What are you afraid of? Afraid the prophecy will come true. As long as you are on the throne of Daxia for one day, Daxia will become increasingly weak and finally be destroyed in your hands. You will become a sinner for all eternity, leaving a bad name for 10,000 years.
No, no. I'm not wrong.
Imperial Father, you should abdicate.
You all. Why are you just standing there? Are you mute? This minister believes what the first prince said is correct. This minister seconds the motion. This minister seconds the motion. Have you all rebelled? Third brother, kill them all. I will make you crown prince. Imperial father, loyalty and filial piety are hard to have both. This time, I stand with eldest brother. No. I stand on the side of justice. You two are rebelling. You all want to betray me.
The essence of governance lies in the hearts of the people. The rise and fall of a nation depends on the people's peace. The way of being a person, the way of being a ruler. Your Majesty, do you understand?
Was I really wrong? Your Majesty, Imperial Father, Your Majesty. In the 56th year of Daxia, Emperor Gaozu issued an edict of self-blame after abdicating the throne to the first prince. He passed away from illness in June of the same year. The grievances of the Phoenix Army were cleared.
The film was translated and
Praised by all the
narrated
people.
by M Media.
Court session. Long live our emperor. Long live. Long live.
Rise, my ministers.
Many months later,
I grant Juicy 3 years. After 3 years, Juicy must retire from military service and return to the fields, and marry me. Become my empress. You say? Juicy won't go back on her word then, right?
Your Majesty's promise is worth 1,000 gold. The young general must be a trustworthy person.
Then where is Juicy now?
By foot speed. She should be catching up soon to the third prince's army, right?
Master, by this time, His Highness should have finished the enthronement ceremony. If you hadn't been so stubborn, you would have already moved into the central palace and become the empress.
If love lasts long, it doesn't need to be day and night. Junlin understands my heart. The battlefield is my world.